So as we left the Visitor Center, Miss Lelia and I saw this cemetery over here by it, Meyer Cemetery. It says it's the oldest burial grounds in the Tuckaleechee Cove. So we thought we'd come over here and look at it and see what it was. Meyer Cemetery, oldest burial ground in the Tuckaleechee Cove.
Daylight on the horizon, shining back at me, makes me think of my baby coming home to me. Down the riverside flowing, knowing she's still there. I can't see where she's going, but I hope it's here.
Wow. While I'm walking around here, I'm just reminded of the strong courage and the faith and strength that the early settlers must have had when they came to the Tuckaleechee Cove for the first time in the 1790s. According to the history that I read, the earliest identified grave is from an unknown person, only known as T.H. The year was scratched on a plain slate marker, 1797. The next oldest marker they found was dated 1807. It was for a John Bricky. We can see so many of these numbered of unmarked graves and many stones with dates that's just too deteriorated to be read. 1892. Wow. Look at that little one. 1873. Most all of these are in the 1800s. Over here in the corner of the cemetery, I notice they have this area for cemetery information. They have this map of the cemetery. And they also have a legend of the graves they have, where they're located as they know them today. And this was a result of some research that was done in 1937, along with some other work in 1980 that provided this comprehensive inventory of about 300 graves. The researchers used family histories, church records, wills, early tax lists, and a variety of information to identify a lot of the lost missing information along with lost markers. That's how they were able to preserve the history of the Tuckaleechee Cove to this point. These early 1900s, when you can see a little bit more ornamental, little baby, 1904 to 1905. 1899 and 1901. They had this one, 1897, 1899. Wow, this one section for this little babies. 1894, age 9 days. Oh my goodness. Wow.
She's still there. I can't see where she's going, but I hope it's here. Life ain't what it seems. There's still a part of me that's trying.
1899 to and 19 and 10. A little child. 1850, 1902, 1885, 1907, 1820, 1885. 1817, 1895. Just really something. You can see a large area in the center of the cemetery. It has very few markers. It's believed they could contain many unmarked graves here. Wow, there's some. 1842, 1846. Gone but not forgotten. It's wonderful. And these old ones, they just found just a rock, and that's what they would find to make a stone out of. No markings at all. 1934. That's one of the newest ones I've seen in here. Still 75 years old almost. Wow. Several of these later burials we see were from family members who lived in Townsend during the Little River Railroad Company time. This was from around 1900 to 1938. The last burial in the cemetery is recorded to be in the late 1950s. That one is so faint, you just can't make it out. Definitely in the 1800s. They just didn't have the equipment back then to etch the stones. And they just didn't have the stones where they could quarry them and dress them like you see today. A lot of these here have been put in later just so people can understand where they're buried. Look at that, 1772. 1836, 1770 to 1833, paid taxes in Tuckaleechee 1800. Wow. 1785, 1810. It's just amazing to think about the history, what these people experienced while they were living here. Certainly nothing like today. There's no doubt a husband and wife, twin stone, 1776 to 1867. Just really something to see. Miss Lelia and I just finished looking around this cemetery, and it is amazing. Most of the graves in here are in the 1800s. We saw some people actually that was born in the 1700s. We saw babies that wasn't but just a few days old. Just heartbreaking to see that, but an example of how hard the life was here for these folks in the Tuckaleechee Valley. We're honored to get to bring you this video and show you some of the history of this area, and we certainly are respectful of what we're doing here, and hope that it gives you a little bit of an insight of just how life was here. back in the 17 and 1800s.